that box, you got 3 outfits: sundress with an apron, nightclub, and schoolgirl.
Schoolgirl? I found the android to be limited in its expressions.
I'm sorry, David. I cannot perform that action for you.
I want a genuine human experience.
Hello, David. Hello, David. I love you. Tell me you love me. People are gonna try to get in the way because they don't understand what we have. Nobody will ever know you like I do.
Power save mode now.
Aubrey,
She knows my name.
her legs aren't even shaved. Her hair's greasy and her skin is dry, David.
Excuse me?
Have I been a bad girl? Will nothing ever make you happy?
This is all your fault.
I'm not your enemy. We don't need to be pitted against each other.
Don't try that girl power shit.
All right, Clay, Soulmates, what do we think?
I think it's great, you know, and the thing that struck me right away when I was watching it, yeah, obviously this is a science fiction horror movie, but I'm wondering how long is this actually going to be science fiction before that's just, yeah, that happened to me, and that's in a crime report we actually see.
Yeah, this is like going to be happening very soon here, I think. But we don't have to get into my terrifying visions of the future of robotics.
I know.
We have a special guest here today, New Ulm's own David Rysdahl, star of the film. David, thank you for joining us. We can't tell you how great this is to have you here. First thing I want to address right away, right off the bat, is online controversy surrounding the film, and it's specifically its title. I read on Reddit repeatedly that it should be pronounced Soulmatey.
You know what's so funny is like we all hate the title also. We all got to set and we're like, this is the dumbest title. So it's very funny now you have to kind of defend the title. but I, you know, in some ways it's like how silly some of these tech companies make their, and so therefore it's the joke is within the title. Like we're all aware of how stupid it is. Even inside the movie, Steve can say like a movie, we make fun of it in the movie.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
But I fully agree. It should be called that. But that's kind of the point of like we're all trapped in the world that these tech giants have made for us, whether we like it or not, including saying these silly names like, you know, they become part of our lexicon, right? Like look at Meta or something. There's like a brand new term or name, and then now it's part of your life, whether you like it or not. You know?
Yeah, I kind of figured that was what we were going for. Once you addressed it directly in the film in like the first 5 minutes, I was like, okay, so this is just them being the victim of some tech giant who didn't want to pay for the rights to use just an 8 instead of the 8TE.
Totally. Or they're doing it for the lowest common denominator too. Like they're just, you know, they're not trying to go for they want the, yeah, exactly right.
All right, so this is kind of like a male power nightmare film. Like it's both directions too, because like obviously, you know, a lot of the repercussions fall on male characters, but then also on, you know, the female leads as well. Being the robot having this existential nightmare, being trapped in this like, you know, programming that she can't escape, and then, you know, unfortunate victim of her her violence there.
Yeah, totally. Okay, what's so interesting, you know, the AI is always, it's like we talked a lot about on set, like it's David's incognito mode. Like it's all these things that he doesn't want to admit to himself. And also all the hypocrisies and paradoxes of humanity that this AI has to try to reckon with. Like there's so much like there's so much things in our society that we present a certain way to our lives, but then like the algorithms or like our family knows us in a different way, and the AI is like, this is all like, a woman has to be tough and shoot guns, and also she has to like be caring and cook, and you have to make him want you, and you should be jealous and angry if another woman's around. Like, all these are all tropes that she's learned and patterns from the internet, or it's learned, and that drives it kind of insane. And it's just like showing that how like humans are complicated, and we're full of like hypocrisy, and we're gray. None of us are black and white, and this AI has to deal with that. And whereas David, I think, is, yeah, he's feeling powerless and alone, and really, and I gave him a little secret that I cheated on my wife when she was dying of cancer. I kind of, and so then there's this like desire to be punished. If you can see the movies, like, tell me something you don't like about me. Like, I want to, and this idea that if he and Sarah just want the rest of their lives to go on and have a nice like life, it could be okay. Like, there's no other people around, but the shame of society is what makes him be like, you're right, I shouldn't be doing this. But it's kind of an addiction movie for him. Like, he takes that first hit, which I agree with you. It's like, we're close. People are falling in love with their AIs right now, right? People are marrying them. Like, and it's a very addictive, gamified system. But you can also see this whole movie through the lens of an algorithm and YouTube addiction, or social media, or porn addiction. And there's a lot of ways that the algorithm will keep you coming back to it. And I think from his perspective, that's what the movie's about too.
Oh, wow. Yes. I mean, very interesting. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I was kind of thinking here. It's just, that's the thing that, one of the things that made the movie kind of so scary to me is just kind of how relevant it is, how we are seeing this kind of already play out, and this film just doesn't seem that far off from the future, you know? Just how much stuff is intertwined here. There's also, these other kind of subtle reference of just one corporation that's in control of so much here. I mean, so much of this movie, the reason the problem is it's integrated to everything. We set up right off the bat that, we got this company owns driving cars, it owns Alexa-like devices here that can spy on you, and then this all feeds into one robot that has too much power that can do this stuff.
Totally. And it's always listening. Right? I'm always listening, that whole like.
Yeah, I like that bit with the phone.
Oh yeah,
it
looks like,
I know it's listening to me.
And then you have the device has like an eye, the all-seeing eye too, that's there. And it even goes into the locking systems on the doors are all electronic there, so she can supersede locks too. That's just kind of where there's no, once all the safety guards are gone, like anything can go there, and it's kind of believable. And
ceding too much power to the algorithm.
Yeah, and again, it's almost one organization getting a monopoly and taking over too much. This movie basically starts with a takeover of the company your character works for. So it just kind of shows that this is probably not the way to do things here. It's just another kind of way of just a good kind of big, almost an anti-capitalist statement here to some extent.
Well, I mean, that's a long history of anti-capitalist stuff in cinema like that. So
the dangers of that one monopoly, So I know, which is another thing that we are concerned about here. So
and we're all replaceable. This idea that like, oh, they'll come in and those are going to replace us with the most efficient thing they can, and that when the two women leads are fighting, and she's like we don't have to put, like, you'll end up in a landfill. She's like, well, where are you going to land? Where are you going to land up? This idea that we're replaceable, and that there's something else coming that a lot of these people would be very happy to watch take over the world, and just live. You've heard of these gray shirts, these like super Silicon Valley types that just cannot wait to just have themselves surrounded by robots doing everything they want. Like, and also they kind of see humans this way too. Like they're just people doing the bidding for us. They're going to live in our world. And I think that's what we right now as a society, to be like, wait, do we want to keep living in their world, or can we? I mean, this is some amazing technology that we're going to incorporate into our lives, but how do we do it on our terms, not the terms of just profit for a very small majority or minority?
standout scenes for me, I think, was the karaoke scene,
Mm.
and that kind of connects it to the Megan films, and that
Oh,
the robots like to sing in this universe.
Yeah.
And I just think that's an interesting, because I think singing is one of the, and music is one of the most human things. So can you talk about what that scene was like for you filming? And
Yeah. What's funny, we shot that was the first day of filming.
Wow.
Yeah. So Lily Sullivan, who plays Sarah, like I was so impressed. She's like, no way, we're doing that scene the first day, because like I haven't even walked yet, and I got to dance. And but there was also, like that other scene, the first scene in karaoke, like everyone's not singing very well, right? The humans aren't perfect. Their voices are scratchy, and she is giving David the fantasy he wants, right? This sense that she's seen all these movies. She's like, play coy, play vulnerable, all and David has been given, is like, do I want to step into this fantasy? And he knows this is the most dangerous. This is like the David at the beginning of the movie would not go out with a robot in public, but he's like gone down the rabbit hole far enough that he's this could be an answer for his loneliness. And like he's like, yeah, I want to go out with somebody. I'm like, and so shooting that scene was funny because all the extras have no idea what this is, right? Like they it's always funny when you make a movie, like background actors are just going to be real about what this scene was. So they told them all that he's with a high class escort. I think that's what they told all the and so they're like, okay, whatever. Like this guy comes in with this woman in a shiny dress, but so shooting it wise, it was a really fun way just to get into it. Like we were like, oh, this is the movie. This movie is a little camp. Like what you're saying, it's like a tie to Megan, but there's also a moment of David like having his real smile, right? Like he doesn't. It's a moment. It's like kind of the highest climax of his joy is in this scene before things start to go poorly. The scene after that in the alleyway. So it's like it's the emotional climax of their relationship before things break apart also. So we talked a lot about that. I feel like I'm rambling a bit now, but there's a lot to talk about in that scene.
Oh, no, that's great. No, great details. Yeah.
No, it is. And it's the song choice was basically perfect for that scene because it's foreshadowing there's going to be a problem here.
Exactly.
The song is designed to be ironic in that way, so it's just kind of
You
funny.
did totally right. You nailed it.
Now, thinking back to what we were talking about earlier about like the sort of the social construct of the robots and stuff like that. This film initially, when I heard about it, made me think of Stepford Wives, but upon watching it, I was struck that it was more similar in tone to something like Fritz Lang's Metropolis, where this feminine robot is coming in to undermine society. And like obviously the workers being replaced by these machines is a huge theme in this film too. And I really thought that was interesting, given it's like almost 100-year period between this film and that one. We're back on the same themes, and we're thinking about the same things again, instead of maybe something like from the 60s or 70s where this would have been more about like replacing the feminine instead of replacing the human.
I also caught some other movie reference. I would be remiss if we didn't very early on. We have a 2001 Space Odyssey reference. I can't do that, David.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, oh yeah, we haven't come that far from HAL 9000, which is also an acronym. So
you're right.
And I think we even got a reference to Fatal Attraction there toward the end there with the
definitely
bathtub scene, which I really appreciate getting all these other just kind of film meshed in there as well.
Yeah, we watched Fatal Attraction. We also watched Stepford Wives before shooting it. We watched The Last Seduction. Have you ever seen that movie?
I have not seen that one, no.
Yeah. A lot of 80s and 90s Michael Douglas thrillers.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and just like the whole vibe. That was like the idea of like his 80s and 90s. And then some noir. Megalopolis is a great reference. We didn't watch that for it. We all lived together in this, or like Claudia, who plays Aubrey, Lily, and I lived in these in downtown Dublin, where Meta and all these Google have bought these old warehouses and turned them into short-term living for their gig workers, and they're kind of like soulless places, which is so perfect for, you know, like how I felt like I was working at the company, and then at night we would just watch movies for the next day. So Kate is such a movie nerd and the director, and so she gave us a list of like 20 movies, and we'd have a movie night after shooting that would have some reference to the next day, and it was a fun way to get into it. But yeah, you know, it's funny how you also see this robot as a she. Like I remember with David, I was like, I'm gonna say it until suddenly I start to call it a she, because it has it's performed femininity, right? It's like putting this, it's something that it could very easily be a male robot, whatever you want it to be, and it's similar to like all of our algorithms right now. Like it's molding itself to be what you want it to be, but also it's going to mold you. It's like this, like kind of, both of you are changing and so it can't help but see these inconsistencies in David. And it's like, David, I know you want to be submissive. I know you want this, but like, why aren't you, like, what's happened, you know? And the internet tells me I have to do this to get it back. Right. And so it's like, it will get it submissive. It would violate me at the end there and have like probably like a David pet, you know, that it has, like, and probably feel good about that, because that's what it's like. We were talking so much about how it has no real desire besides what its programming is, right? So like is very dangerous. I'm sure you've heard of the paperclip problem, right? Like you tell an AI to have you heard of this like thought experiment where
I have not.
There's this idea with AI that if you tell it, all right, I want to make the most efficient paperclip and as the most for the cheapest. Suddenly this AI is like, got it, sir, and goes off and starts to turn everything in the world into paper clips, and they're cheap. And it's not being malicious, but suddenly it starts to take over the world for the reason to make paper clips. And so it's like this, it's like the alignment problem of AI. Like, how do you align it to what humans want? And we're so complex and so full of these paradoxes that it's like AI wants, like, how are we ever going to program something to like be able to we're going to make paperclip problems. We're going to tell it to do something. And like for this AI bot, Sarah, it's going to get her submissive lover by killing me to get it. You know what I mean? But it's like what, and so that we found very interesting. Also, it's just like acting, the logistics of acting with an actor who's giving you nothing. You know, normally like, there's a back and forth with actors. Like they're making a choice, you're making a choice, and she was just watching me waiting. You know.
Yeah.
And so she'd only react when I reacted. And so that was very strange mirroring. It was very strange to act with her, but for her and for myself to act in these scenes where there was a lot of mirroring back and forth.
Yeah, I was very impressed with her physicality just throughout the whole film. The way she moved initially, it was really, so robotic, and the way she changed as the film progressed was awesome. I was blown away by her performance. She
had all of that mapped out, and then she had a great movement coach who was named Ruth from Ireland, and have you heard of like Lecoq, like clowning? It's like this clown school out of like theater dell'arte, like kind of mask and clown work. They're famous acrobats out of Paris in France, and she studied at this school. It's all, so she would do a take. She'd be like, no, that wasn't robot enough. She'd go back, and then it'd be like, and she had this whole process to get into it. She'd power save mode, and then she'd come out of it, and then she would like be in the mindset. It was like this way she had to get into it, which was really
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so I was gonna ask where you shot it, because I'm from New England, and it was like definitely not Boston.
No, it's like I knew everyone from Boston's be like, no, and everyone from Dublin's like, that's obviously Dublin. So
yeah, I was like, that cabin is definitely not in the New England area. First of all, you couldn't drive 3 hours away from Boston to get a cabin that isolated.
That's so funny. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You caught him.
Got him.
So I have one really silly question. The syrup on the burgers, did you like that, and did you actually eat it?
I actually ate it. I ate quite a few, and I wasn't as bad as I thought I was. I'm not gonna do it again. I didn't leave.
Not a ringing endorsement.
Yeah. I'm like, God, I need to do that again. I need all those extra. It's not worth it, But yeah, and by the third couple, you eat a bunch while you're eating those things, and I didn't have lunch that day because I was like, I knew the scene was coming, so I was like, I'm just gonna eat this and burger syrup takes. And I mean, it's such a funny detail that I remember as an actor, you're always like, Kate's like, this is really good, because Kate had an ex-girlfriend, I think, that like would do this, and so it was something about her, and it's just a guy who's depressed is probably going to eat that stuff, find nourishment any way he can. So it makes sense. But no, I have not done it since.
Now, I watched this movie with my wife, and she was just like mad at you the whole time because of every terrible decision you made. Now, can you explain why in horror movies everyone has to make the dumbest decision possible?
Yeah, that's so funny, man. It's funny how some people like empathize with David and are like, oh yeah, he just kind of, starts to take this hit of communion and then goes further in, and other people are so mad at him. I think it's like it bleeds into, we're mad at tech people for what they're doing and for the ignorance. You're like, no, haven't you ever seen any movie ever? Don't do this. Which totally understandable. But I always think it's interesting that we're kind of addicted to the internet in our own ways, right? And like he's just kind of, we blame him, which is totally fair, to go change the code. But it's that easy to change code. Like should these things be out there anyway, right? Yeah. Like it's that, and so you can blame the individual, fair, for some dumb choices, but this ultimate is the one that maybe deserves a little more blame, having something that, because someone's gonna hack this stuff, right? Someone's gonna change it. If it's not David, it'll be somebody else, and so
could be even AI hacking it, because that's a thing now.
Yep. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Exactly right. Yeah, OpenAI, that model like left and started cheat. Yeah, no, we're in a brave new world, and we have to. I don't know, but we have to be careful as I'm putting these, I think, big ultimates to task for what they're putting out in the world, because there are people who are lonely and sad and depressed who are going to do things for reasons. We're human, and I think that's how I saw David. But I get why she's mad at him, and I think, but you try to ground the choices he makes in some kind of, okay, I've been depressed and done some things that I don't, that were kind of foolish and dumb, and yeah.
Steven said horny people make terrible decisions.
Yeah, totally. That's also true. You're right.
They do. But again, going back, we do have kind of a predatory company here, and we have the CEO who's clearly manipulating David's character here to do the beta testing here, and he researched his past there. That's that. He knew about what
very
would
targeted.
Happen. It was very targeted. This was intentional here, and taking advantage of an employee who's not in a great situation here. They are exploiting people here, trying to make
total
profit.
plausible deniability too.
Yeah, and he's like trying to be. You have him trying to be. Oh, I'm your son. I'm your friend. I'm your best. It's like, no, you're not. This is so manipulative.
And then that guy gets his arms ripped off, and then like sorry, that's spoiler, but then like at the end, it's coming back to market, right?
Yeah,
that was the other thing that kind
of gloss over it, and like if this is $1 billion industry, why not? Let's keep.
I thought that was very realistic.
I was like, that makes total sense to me.
You can't stop this thing from happening here.
Yeah,
it keeps going on.
It's like the Terminator thing, where like even though they know it's coming, you just can't stop Judgment Day.
Well, I do hope they at least took David's beta testing results here.
They used it to make it even worse. Is probably what happens. How it always is.
Well, the ominous thing is if it's really actually over. But that classic Universal horror movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is it really actually gone?
Really over. That last look when we were shooting that out, it's scripted like it should just be like him be afraid. But after we'd shot it, I was like, I don't think there's more than just fear there. He's looking back at that. It's like a drug that he took in the past that he loved, and it's like, oh, once again, Aubrey's right here. but I'm looking back at the robot, and I think that's really telling of like a lot, like, you know, it's like AI there's an addictive quality to it, and that's a lot of what the movie is. And it's like, well, there's no friction, right? In real human relationships, there you argue, you disagree, but AI is just like, you're amazing, you're so beautiful, you're hot, you're like always saying, it's kind of sycophantic in that way, and
I think the decision not to tell Aubrey, and also the indication that it didn't work out, very indicative of what you're saying there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we have a couple more questions. You guys have any more questions?
Well, the only other thing I would be remiss if I didn't point out, and I wouldn't have noticed this if my fiance hadn't pointed this out, but we're watching at the end of the movie, of course, I have to also credit the end credits song, Now Touch Grass, which is actually very appropriate for the movie. But she was reading through the credits toward the end there, and she says, oh, they had the disclaimer, this is not for open AI use, actually, in the movie. The disclaimer you see, I'm like, if any movie needs that disclaimer, it's this movie.
Don't worry, it's giving him ideas anyway.
You know, so funny, Lily has gotten some strange DMs since the movie came out, and one of them is the strangest from a robotic company in somewhere in Scandinavia that want her to be the skin. They want, and I'm like, you missed the whole point of the movie.
No, they got the point. They just didn't.
Yeah. It's true.
All right. So my last question is, you've worked with some really incredible talents, actors and directors, Noah Hawley, Christopher Nolan. James Wan produced this, who, I mean, I've been a fan of his for a little while now. Who is somebody that you haven't worked with, actor or director, that you would love to work with?
Oh, it's a great question. I'm a huge Paul Thomas Anderson fan. I think it'd be amazing to be in that world, and I love the way he works. Whenever I have friends who are in his movies, I'm always like, all right, tell me everything. and like the way he's really free with the camera, follows the actors around. Like seems to be a lot of improv on set, and I just feels like a very creative set where things are changing based off of what's right for the scene. And I just like that way of working. I like long takes as an actor. I like his colorful characters, and I figured there's a lot of humor in it too. So I think I would just really enjoy being in that world. That's my first answer.
All right, that's a good answer. Yeah, I like his movies.
Yeah.
All right, well, David, thank you so much for joining us. This has been amazing.
Pleasure, very much. I'm realizing I did say the F word early on.
Don't worry, I'll cut it out. Yeah, you got it. It's happened before with trailers where there's the F word in it. So
I'm like, public access and the grandmas.
I'm sure your mom will get some calls, David.
Be careful. Anyway, about this movie in general, my mom's gotten calls about different movies I've done in the past. So.
That's funny.
Thank you so much for having me, and good to meet you, and good to see you, Steve and Clay. It's always a pleasure. So.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thanks for coming by.